Hey guys, I'm Bhavya. In this video, I will discuss the day 1 problems of code drift on 2 pointers. So let's look at the very easy problem, the first problem. Given an integer array A consisting of distinct elements, you are asked to create a lexicographically largest array S equal to X plus reverse Y, such that it satisfies the following conditions. Length of S is less than equal to length of A, and X is the prefix array of A, and Y is the suffix array of A. X or Y can be empty as well. Length of A is less than equal to 10 to the power 5, and AI is less than equal to 10 to the power 9. So for the first case, 4, 1, 3, 2, we can choose X as 4 and Y as 1, 3, 2. Now reverse Y will be 2, 3, 1. So X plus reverse Y will be 4, 2, 3, 1. Similarly, in the second case, 10, 20, 30, 40, we can choose X as an empty array and Y as 10, 20, 30, 40, which is a suffix. So X plus reverse Y will be 40, 30, 20, 10, which is the lexicographically maximum array. So let's look at the solution approach. Now let's actually take an example. So we have 5, 3, 2, 1, 4. So this is our array. So first thing to observe is, since we want the lexicographically largest array, and we will place some prefix and reverse of some suffix. So if we consider reverse of some suffix, the first element will be 4 in that. Right, the first element will be 4 in that. Now we want the bigger elements to appear in the initial positions. So we can actually take the elements greedily. So if our element is greater than or equal to 4, we will keep taking the elements. Since the array only has distinct elements, we don't have to actually care about equal. So if our elements is greater than 4, we will keep taking the prefix. So we'll take 5. Now 3 is actually lesser. So it will be better to place the reverse of a suffix, because if we place a reverse of a suffix, we will get 4 here. And if we keep taking the prefix, we will get 3 here. So it will be better to choose 5 as X, and we can choose Y as some suffix. No matter what suffix we choose, we will get 4 here, which will be better than choosing X as 5, 3, right? So that actually gives us a greedy algorithm that we will keep taking the first elements if it is greater than the last element. So for example, the last element is 4. Now 5 is greater than 4, so we'll take it. But now 3 is not greater than 4. So now we will take a suffix and reverse it. So it will have 4. Now is it beneficial to take 1? So we can also take 1 as well. So instead of saying that we are reversing the suffix, we can say that we are taking elements from last. Now as you can see that 5, 4, 1 will be lexicographically greater than 5, 4. So it will be better to take 1 as well. So 5, 4, 1, and similarly we can take 2 as well. So 5, 4, 1, 2, and 3. So from this you can observe that our algorithm is, as long as the prefix contains element greater than the last element, we will keep taking it, and finally we will take the remaining elements in reverse order. So let's actually see one more example. So let's say in that case our array was 3, 5, 4, 1, 2, right? Now 3 is greater than 2, so we'll take 3. Again 5 is greater than 2, so we'll take 5. Again 4 is greater than 2, so we'll take 4. But now 1 is not greater than 2, so we'll now take the suffix, and so we are left with only 2 elements, so we'll place them in reverse order, that is 2, 1. So this is the lexicographically largest array which we can get. So we can just keep one pointer and keep checking if it is less than the last element. So let's actually look at the implementation. So we initialize n as the size of the array. Now left pointer is 0, that means it points to the leftmost element. So we'll keep taking elements from the left as long as it is greater than the last element. So answer is the answer, which is the lexicographically largest array. Now while L is less than n, if AL is less than AN minus 1, that is our left element is smaller, so we'll break because we are done taking all the greater elements. Otherwise we'll just take AL, since AL is greater than AN minus 1. And after taking AL, we will increment our left pointer. Finally, we'll just take all the elements from n minus 1 to L and append it to our answer, and we will return our answer. So what will be the time complexity? So since we are taking each element at most once, so time complexity will be O of n, because our left pointer can be n in the worst case. So which will be O of n. So let's move to the next problem, medium problem. Rishabh and Ojas are on a mission. There is a bomb which they want to defuse, but the problem is they have to solve a task first, which is very difficult for them. As you are their friend, they ask you to solve the problem for them. Given an integer array A containing n integers, you need to find the number of scalar subarrays in A. A subarray is called scalar subarray if there are exactly B elements in the subarray which occur at least 2 times. So we need to find the number of subarrays which contain exactly B elements which occur at least 2 times. So n is less than equal to 10 to the power 5, AI is less than equal to 1000, and B is less than equal to n. So for the first case, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there are only 2 scalar subarrays, A 0 to 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1 and 2 have occurrence greater than 2, greater than or equal to 2 rather. So there are exactly two elements which have at least two occurrence. Similarly, A1 to 5 will have 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2 and 3 have at least occurrence 2. So there are exactly two elements which have at least two occurrences. So let's look at the solution approach using the same example. So we'll take the same example, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is our array. And B is 2, that is we want exactly two occurrence. So the first thing to observe is we can actually get rid of this exact thing. Let's say FB finds the number of subarrays which have at most B occurrences of elements which occur at least twice. So now our answer will be f of B minus f of B minus 1. So here there are at most B elements, here there are at most B minus 1 elements. So their difference will contain the subarrays which contain exactly B elements which occur at least twice. So now that we have changed our question, so now our question is we need to find the number of subarrays which contain at most B occurrences of elements which occur at least twice. So that might sound confusing. So actually let's look at some example. So now we need to find f of B minus f of A and f of B minus f of B minus 1. So we need to find f of 2 minus f of 1. So let's actually call the elements whose frequency is at least two special elements. So now this will contain subarrays which have at most two special elements. This will contain subarrays which have at most one special element. So we will use a technique called two pointers. Now the idea this technique can be used is because for each left pointer L, we'll find the rightmost pointer such that the subarray L2R contains at most B special elements, right? Because if the subarray L2R contains at most B special elements, the subarray L2R minus 1 will definitely contain at most B special elements since we have actually reduced one element. So if the subarray L2R is a valid subarray, the subarray L2, all the subarrays from L to X says that X is between L2R will be special. Now one more thing is, if L2R contains at most B special elements, then the subarray L plus 1 2R will also contain at most B special elements because we have actually removed some element. So it will definitely decrease some frequency. So we won't have more elements which occur at least twice. So that actually gives us idea for two pointers. So as we increase our left pointer, our right pointer will definitely not decrease. So it is non-decreasing. Right pointer is non-decreasing. It can increase, but it won't decrease. So now let's actually look at this idea on this example. So we need to find f of 2 and then f of 1. So let's first find f of 2. That is, there will be at most two special elements. And special elements are elements whose frequency is at most 2. So let's actually consider zero index array. So we have one, let me actually use a different color. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Currently the left pointer is at 1 and let's say right pointer is minus 1 and it is zero index. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right pointer is initially previous. So this is L and this is R. Now we are actually checking if we can take R plus 1th element or not. Let's actually keep a variable occurrence which is initially 0, which keeps the count of number of special elements. And let's actually store the frequencies of elements as well. So f will store the frequencies of elements as well. So currently we only have 3 elements. So let's say it will store the frequencies of 1, 2 and 3. Now first we'll check if we can actually take R plus 1th element or not. So if by taking R plus 1th element, the number of occurrences of special elements exceeds 2, because we are actually finding f of 2 now. So it should not exceed 2. So since the number of occurrences of special elements is 0, we can actually take the r plus 1th element. So we'll increment our right pointer. So now right pointer points here. Also will increase the frequency of 1 as 1. Now OCC will still be 0 because there are 0 elements whose frequency is at least 2. As soon as the frequency of any element becomes equal to 2, we will increment occurrence by 1. Now we want to check if we can take the next element, which is 2. So since the frequency of 2 is currently 0, we can actually take 2 because taking 2 won't change the value of occurrence, and we want that the value of occurrence should not exceed 2 because 2 is the maximum limit, because we are finding f of 2. So we can actually take f of 2 as well. So we'll increment our right pointer now. And also we will increment the frequency of 2 as well, because currently now the frequency of 2 is 1. Now similarly we can again increment our right pointer since element 3 has frequency 0. So this will be now 1. Now again we can increment our right pointer because it increases the frequency of 1 to 2. So now the frequency of 1 is 2 and the number of occurrences will be 1, because there is at least one element whose frequency is at least 2. So there is one special element. Now again we can increment our right pointer because it will make the frequency of 2 and increment the number of occurrences to 2. So we can have actually 2 special elements. So it is fine to increment the right pointer. So now the frequency of 2 will be 2 and the number of occurrences will be 2. But now notice that we cannot increment our right pointer further, because if we increment our right pointer further, the frequency of 3 will be 2 and the number of occurrences will be 3 now. And we know that the number of occurrences cannot exceed 2. So this is the maximum right value which we can get. So now one thing you can notice is the subarray 0 to 4 is good. That is, it satisfies the condition that there are at most b occurrences. So if the subarray 0 to 4 is good, any subarray from let's say 0 to 0, 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 0 to 3 and 0 to 4, all of them will be good. So we will add 4 minus 0 plus 1, that is 5, to our answer. So we need to find f of 2, so currently f of 2 is 5. Now we will, since we have processed this current L, we will increment our L. So now we've incremented our L and now we need to remove the contribution of this one. So we'll reduce the frequency of 1, and since the frequency of 1 is 1 now, so the number of special elements will also decrease. So now let's see if we can increment our right pointer. So if we increment our right pointer, the frequency of 3 will become 2 and the number of occurrences will be 2 now, which is fine because the number of occurrences can be at most 2. So we can actually move our right pointer here. So now the occurrences of 3 will be 2 and this will be 2 as well. So after processing this, we will add 5 minus 1 plus 1, that is 5 to our answer. So answer will be 10 now. Now we will increment our left pointer and then decrease the frequency of 2. So the frequency of 2 will be 1 now. Also this will decrease the occurrence value to 1. Now notice that we cannot actually increment our right pointer because it will take us to outside of this array. So we'll just simply add 5 minus 2 plus 1, that is 4, to our answer. So answer will be 14 now. And now let's increment our left pointer so that this decreases the frequency of 3 to 1 as well. So now the number of occurrences will be 0. Occurrences of special elements, that is elements whose frequency is at least 2. Again we will add 5 minus 3 plus 1, that is 3 to our answer. So answer will be 17 now. Since we cannot increment our right pointer, so we are done. And now we'll increment our left pointer. Again we cannot increment our right pointer, so we'll add 5 minus 4 plus 1, that is 2 to our answer. So answer will be 19. And then increment our left pointer. Now similarly we will simply add 5 minus 5 plus 1, that is 1 to our answer. So answer will be 20 and we have completely processed the array. So f of 2 will return 20. That is, there are 20 subarrays which have at most 2 special elements. That is, elements whose frequency is at least 2. So now we will find f of 1 and subtract them, which will be our answer. So let's find f of 1. So we will again set r as minus 1 and the frequencies of all the elements will be 0 initially. 0, 0, 0 and answer is also 0. So currently left pointer is at 1 and right pointer is at minus 1. So we can actually take r plus 1th value, that is 0th value, because that will increase the frequency of 1 to 1 but won't change the occurrences and won't exceed it than 1, right? So this will be 1, the frequency of 1 will be 1 and occurrence will be 0. Again, can we further increase our right pointer? We can actually. So we'll increment our right pointer and increment the frequency of 2 as 1. Similarly, then this will not change the occurrence. Similarly, we'll move to the next pointer and increment the frequency of 3 as 1. And this won't change the occurrences. Now, we will increment our right pointer and change the frequency of 1 as 2. And this will actually change occurrence to 1. But now we cannot actually increment our right pointer since it will increase the frequency of 2 to 2 and increment the number of occurrences to 2. And we can have at most 1 occurrences of special elements. So the rightmost pointer for 0 is 3. So we'll simply add 3 minus 0 plus 1, that is 4 to our answer. Now we will increment our left pointer and decrease the frequency of 1 as 1 and change this occurrence to 0 because now we have 0 elements whose frequency is greater than or equal to 2. Now can we increment our right pointer? We actually can. So we'll increment our right pointer and change the frequency of 2 to 2. And this will increment occurrence to 1. Can we further increase our right pointer? We cannot actually because the frequency of 3 is 1 currently. And if we increment our right pointer, frequency of 3 will become 2 and this will increment the number of occurrences to 2. So we will simply add 4 minus 1 plus 1, that is 4 to our answer. So answer becomes 8 and we will increment our left pointer. So after incrementing our left pointer, we will decrease the frequency of 2. So the frequency of 2 will become 1 and this will decrease the number of occurrences to 0. So now can we actually increment our right pointer? We actually can. So we'll increment our right pointer which will increase the frequency of 3 to 2 and this will increment the number of occurrences to 1. But now since we are at the last element, we cannot increment our right pointer further. So we'll simply add 5 minus 2 plus 1, that is 4 to our answers. So this will be 12. Now we will increment our left pointer and this will actually decrease the frequency of 3 to 1 and decrease the occurrence to 0. Because we have 0 occurrences of elements whose frequency is at least 2. So now we cannot increment our right pointer. So we'll simply add 5 minus 3 plus 1, that is 3 to our answer. So this will be 15. So we'll increment our left pointer and decrease the frequency of 1. So which will be 0 now. Now we will simply add 5 minus 4 plus 1, that is 2 to our answer. So this will be 17. And then we will increment our left pointer and decrease the frequency of 2 to 0. So again, we will simply add 5 minus 5 plus 1, that is 1 to our answer, which will make the answer as 18. So now we are done. So f of 2 is 20 and f of 1 is 18. So our answer will be 20 minus 18, that is 2. So we'll simply return 2 as our answer. So let's actually look at how to implement this. Good thing about 2 pointers is that you can actually use the same implementation for almost all 2 pointers problem. You can actually kind of follow standard template for solving these problems. So we know that answer is f of b minus f of b minus 1. So we simply need to find f of b. So let's find f of b. So we initialize n as the size of the array. Answer is 0. So count occurrence actually stores the frequency of all the elements. Now occurrence is the count of special elements, that is elements whose frequency is at least 2. We initialize r as minus 1. Now our left pointer will go from 0 to n. So I actually denotes the movement of left pointer. Now while r plus 1 is less than n, that is r plus 1th element exists in the array. It is not outside the array. Now we need to check if we can actually take the r plus 1th element or not. So when can't we take the r plus 1th element? When it increases the number of occurrences more than b, right? So when will the number of occurrences will be more than b? If the frequency of the element which we are taking is equal to 1. So if we take the element, the frequency will be equal to 2. So this will change the number, this occurrence value. This will increment the occurrences value by 1. So if our current occurrence value is b, it will be b plus 1 now if we take this element. So this is a case where we cannot actually take the r plus 1th element and we will break it. Otherwise, we will increment r and increment the frequency of ar. If the frequency is equal to 2, we increment the occurrences because now we have one more special element. And we simply add r minus I plus 1 to our answer. Now after processing it, we increment our left pointer. So we decrement the frequency of the ith element. And if this frequency actually becomes equal to 1, that is it was 2, now it is 1. So this actually decreases the number of elements whose frequency is at least 2. So now we will decrement our occurrence variable, and we'll simply return the answer. So I hope this was clear to you. Thank you for watching this video.